We're glad to have Dan of Comfort Solutions back with us, and we're going to be talking about some of the work that's been completed as a result of this home energy audit, specifically leaking ductwork and insufficient insulation. Thanks for being here with us. Let's talk about leaking ducts. What is your process for tracking those down?
So there's a couple ways we can do it. Mainly what we did for this home was we tested the duct system and we found out how much leakage was in it. Or another way we did it was we measured the total flow of the system and then we measured what the output was, and the difference was the leakage.
What were your findings and how did you solve the problem?
What we found was that there was significant duct leakage within the home, within their duct system. And so what we did is we went around and we sealed up the system for them, and we measured it a couple ways to make sure that was happening. And then we went through and we used several duct sealing methods to seal up the ductwork. What we found was that there was quite a bit of ductwork in unconditioned space, and that was a majority of the issue.
So noted, well-sealed ductwork is really the key to energy efficiency.
Yeah, key to energy efficiency, comfort in the home, system working well, all of that.
Now, aside from the ductwork, I understand there were a lot of other air leak issues in general. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, definitely. Part of our process for the whole home energy audit was that we found some other issues within the home, mainly related around air leakage into exterior walls, unconditioned spaces. So we found some with the main electrical panel. There was a large leak coming in from the main wires coming into the house. We found some more leakage in the attic space, the drywall, and where the penetrations through the drywall were. So the ceiling fans, the supply registers, all of those, the bath fans, they all had leakage in them, and that showed up on our infrared camera using a blower door test.
I would imagine that every little leak adds up, and then you have a real problem.
Yes, a lot of little leaks can become a very large leak.
Well, let's talk about the insulation issue, or lack of insulation. What kind of symptoms were the homeowners experiencing?
So the number one symptom was that there was some water damage, some water leakage showing up that we thought was related to a roof leak. It actually ended up not being the case. The other thing that was the indicator was there was a cold room, a comfort complaint from a back bedroom within the home. And so what we did is we went through to investigate the insulation and how that space was built. What we ended up finding out was there was some lack of insulation in the attic, but we also actually found out that some of the knee walls were built very well and they were insulated very well as well.
Now, does that happen over time? Is there a settling of insulation?
Yeah, there can be a little bit of settling. I think from what we saw is it appeared to be maybe some maintenance was done. Maybe it was put in a little low from the beginning, mainly because the home is 25 years old, and so it just doesn't have the same standard level of insulation as a new construction home. And then also there was people that were making fixes, tracking through it. There was a little bit of an addition, so that most likely was
How did you remedy it? What kind of insulation did you recommend and install, and how much?
Yeah, so we did two types of insulation. We actually used some closed cell spray foam on the knee wall because it's more appropriate for that type of framing assembly. And then in the attic, we just added in more insulation to get them the typical R50 of every home. So we did blown fiberglass insulation.
So what are your goals for the results of this audit for the homeowners as far as the upgrades that have been made?
We have a couple goals. The first goal is always to fix the problem, make sure that it's not going to happen again, especially make sure mold, things like that aren't going to happen, water issues from condensation. The second one is to make sure that the homeowner is happy and that they're comfortable. And the third one is always to increase the efficiency of their home and reduce their bills.
Well, you know what? I think efficiency is the name of the game, right? Thanks for your expertise. You know, a whole home energy audit might be exactly what your home is asking for. Think about if it's right for you.